Hi, welcome to Clive's Mechanical. Do your doors look like this? Well, have no fear. The unseasoned professional that I am, I'm going to show you here on this episode of Clive's Mechanical to turn that into something slightly better. Join me on the journey to sheet metal reliance. I have no idea what that means. Enjoy the episode. Oh, hey there, friends, foes, familiar. Welcome back to another episode of Clive's Mechanical. I think y'all caught me staring at the previous door I worked on. Could say it could have gone better. I know it looks pretty decent on camera. It doesn't look decent in my eyes. But this episode, I'm going to tell you the do's and don'ts that I learned from doing this door. So maybe, just maybe, y'all don't have to make the same mistakes I did. Cut corners, shouldn't have. Cut the wrong spots, I shouldn't have. And I misaligned a couple of things. I had to go back and rework a couple of things, and I shouldn't have to if I had done it correctly the first way. But let me tell you something. You're not going to learn unless you do it, and that's what I did. I did it on this door. Now, I did it on the driver's side door. Why? Because everybody's going to see it when I open it. Yeah, that was my fault. Should have done it on the passenger side door. It never gets open. So, yeah, that's where we're at on this episode. I'm going to bring in the new door with the bad rust, and we're going to do, it's going to get what it's going to get, and then they make body filler for the rest. Don't be ashamed to use it. A lot of people do. But we're going to get the main structure completely done with metal, so it's still a structurally sound work of art, in my case. So what I'm going to do is get this door picked up and get it ready and prepped to start cutting on. And we're going to try to do to this one what we didn't do to that one. So let's get this thing. What I want to do is see if I can pull this off right quick. What's the odds these things come out? Not good. Yeah, that's not good. I'll make do with what we got right this second. Okay. Look at the beauty. The beauty of this rust. That's better. I will say this one's eat up more than the other one. But if you ever get a chance to go to Harbor Freight, get you one of these things, like 25 bucks. It's not the sturdiest thing in the world, but it helps hold weird angled doors up there. So step around here and I'm going to tell you the number one observance that I had on the last one. Now the last one, I underestimated how high the rust was and how thin the metal was the closer you get to the rust. So a lot of points I was burning through and I was having to work around that. So number one, inspect before you cut. So right now we're looking. We know this entire bottom panel is rusted out. It's got to go. The key is how far up do we want to go with it. Inspect the sides. Inspect here. You see any rust through areas on this thing, go above it. Go 3 inches above it. It don't matter. They give you a lot of extra metal with these panels. I suggest you use it. The key to the last one was right in here where the door hinge was. It was rusted all through here. And you can see right here. We're going to step around here, Bo, so you can take a look at this. You can see right here where it's rusted through here. So we know we're going to have to at least come up this far. I had to patch this in last time. It cost me time, it cost me extra work, it cost me extra rework to do that. And although I work for myself, which means I don't get paid at all, I still don't want to waste the time doing that. So yeah, we're going to end up cutting all this out right here, all the way up to here, till I know there's good fresh metal. I'm going to try to stop where this step in comes in right here. So I may come about right here to where that step in is, because it depends on what's up under this panel. If it looks rough under this panel, we'll go on nuts. But right now at this point, we're going to stop about right here. So that's key. So now let's tear this thing apart, and y'all come back after I get this thing tore apart, and we'll take a better look at it. What I should have done on that door to that door. What you think about that? Yeah. So, along the way, I did film this, by the way. I'm not ashamed to show y'all the mistakes I made. I'll pick this one up off, set it to the side. Bo can get a good glimpse of it while it's leaned up on the table over there. I will say the outer panel looks a little better than the inner, which oh my God, that's a heavy door. It wasn't like it's that heavy. I was trying not to drop it so I don't break that glass. Break the glass. So I will say the outside turned a little bit better. The outer panel turned a little bit better than the inner panel, which is a good thing. All right, we're back. I got that panel off. It tried to put a little whooping on me, but I wasn't gonna let it. But look, what I was getting to before we got to that panel, and yeah, I cut y'all off when I'm trying to, I should have showed y'all, but I had the fan running. It is hot in this build right now, and y'all can see the sweat. But as I look through right here, I don't see any damage. Other slight, little rough surface rust right here. So I think we're going to stay out of this, and we're going to probably go in about 1 inch from that ledge and start cutting out. Like I said last time, I did not inspect it good enough. I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking, all right, it's bad right here. I'm gonna come about 1 inch right here. I'll save a little metal, maybe use that metal somewhere else. No, because no matter what, even if you can't see it, it can be thin right here, and you're gonna burn through it, and it's a scenario that you don't want to get to. It's a scenario I didn't want to get to. So, yeah. We're going to go ahead and do it the right way. So we're going to come about 1 inch from this ledge and cut it out and put the new piece on there. Let's see if we can find a new piece. Ain't no lie, baby. Bye, 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 bye. Yeah, there she is. So of course you see how high you can actually go if you really wanted to. But I mean, you want to change out, you want to take out the bad areas, but you don't want to add no more work than you actually have to do to it to get it done. So yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this where I know first. I'm going to take and cut this end off right here. That way when I get this cut, I can lay it over there, trace my line, and it should be pretty close to accurate. First thing I want to do is clean this right here, else I can't get my marks. All right, we'll be out of last time. It's really nice when the fan blows it right back in your face. Pretty awesome. Y'all haven't tried it. Good shot. But yeah, I can't get my marking stick clean. Ain't twerking. So normally, so I can get pretty close to where I need to be at, I would use this bottom and maybe go 12 inches up. You see? But as you can see, this bottom no longer exists through here. So probably what I'm going to do is go from this and hope it's pretty close to the new one. So I'm going to measure about, I don't know, we'll go about 10 inches up. Go about 10 inches up here. About 10 inches up there. That way we got a reference of how high I want to bring the bottom of this pan. I want to make sure this pan is up close enough right here. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and cut it. This is the first. Okay, caught me. First I want to measure an inch. First I want to measure an inch from the bottom right here. So I'll know exactly how high I need to make it. Cut up there. This marker does not stick. The sweat pouring off me. to do right now is knock the edges off of this bent, off where the metal's bent over. And I'm gonna cut that off. After that, I'm gonna cut this bottom off right here so I can get it pushed up close enough where I can mark my line for this cutout right here. Right off of this. That way it'll be really, really close to where I want it. And we won't have to do much shaping. Hopefully not much shaping. So let's go ahead and shape this down where I put the marks at, all the way around. Then cut this bottom portion off and I can get this pushed up far enough where I get a good mark. Cut it out, see where we are there. Tell you where we're at. Zip, zip, zoom. No, hang y'all closer. Y'all see where the edge of the top panel folded over? All I'm gonna do is take the flap disc and run down the edge to where it just pulls off. Cut it from here, and that's just so I can get, I'll probably cut it to about right there. No, I just cut it right here, I don't need to cut it all the way up. But yeah, cut it about right there, that way I can get this pulled all the way up to where my line needs to be. Mark it, cut it, and we'll finish pre-fitting here, do a little cleanup, tack it in, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do this time that I didn't do that last time, and that's where we're at. I mean, we're flowing here. We're doing it. I have found that to get these tight areas right here where you don't have enough room for cut-off wheel, if you take the edge of these rotary files, put it in your Ziz wheel, and just run that line across the edge right there, you can usually end up with a pretty easy break in there. So when you get ready to pull it up, you can break it off right there. Let me show you guys what I got right here. Like 25 bucks on Amazon for this thing. It probably ain't the best brand in the world, but it's well worth it if you want to cut some spot welds out. Now there's spot welds in here. It's right there. So you take and hit it in the middle. See it pop loose right there? There's also a couple right here. I'm not worried about that till I get it cut off. But yeah, there's one over here somewhere. I'm not sure where it is though. How's the pump part? We cut again. I really gotta get to it. You gotta be careful when you get in this area right here. Don't cut too deep because there's a brace in there. I cut through it last time. I need to bring it back this way a little bit. I know what you're thinking right now, Steve. You cut all the way through the bulkhead. Yes, I did, and there's a reason why I did that. It's because I'm gonna replace top skin. It doesn't really matter. And I found another spot weld right in here somewhere. There's a spot weld right there. Let's pop that out right quick. That's the bottom piece right there. It's not the entire piece we're gonna cut out, but this is the bottom piece. And this is gonna give me access to push this up where I need to push it and mark it where I need to mark it. That way we don't have problems with fitting it. So now, let's lay this girl over top. Just like that. All right. Show them something sturdy, huh? Now we got this cut. Now we got to break it loose. I think I got to sand some more right here to get it broke loose. And sand some more right here. I know I got some spot weld somewhere in this thing. I'm almost 100% sure. It's amazing to me what a 1/16 of metal will hold. Alright, got that knocked down. I'm sorry about that compressor, it's loud as crap. So I'm gonna set y'all back right here. Hey, look. I managed to not cut through everything. That's nice. Now, let's do some test fitting. As long as the outside looks pretty darn good, we let some of the stuff on the inside slide. But what I'm gonna do is clean this up, throw a little paint on, put a couple pilot holes. I gotta clean this up right quick. rest of that rust is gonna have to go through the paint. I do believe that's going to end it for me today. I have wrestled with this thing all day and I've got it tacked on. The reason I put the bottom on first is to get this aligned, and it makes the top skin align better maybe. I don't know. That's my thoughts on it. That's my thoughts on it at least. So I'm going to go with that. I've wrestled with this thing and just trying to get it aligned, and you know, like I said, working with a reman panel and all that, it's aggravating. But I think we finally got it pretty close to where we want. I've got it spot welded down. This right here, I was having to jump some pretty wide gaps right there, and got this side fitting pretty good. I'm gonna have to jump a gap. I've got a little burnout right there, but anyway, it's tacked on there. So quit time now in the morning, come out here, flip this door over. We'll start taking the top skin off, prepping it, and hopefully get that top skin put in tomorrow. Then we can flip this thing back over, finish welding this in, get it all sanded down, and we'll have a completely rust-free door. Well, to the point we've got it at least tomorrow. Welcome back to day 2. Welcome back like a good lift or something. We're back on day 2 of working on this door. We finally got the bottom portion of this thing fitted as well as we're gonna do it. A couple of gaps here and there. I'm scared of no gap. I don't believe. What did we learn? I forgot, honestly, from the other day when I was working on this thing, I forgot what lessons we learned from last time. I know alignment, inspection, stuff we learned on. I learned these things ain't working. Poopy. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. And I can see why other folks don't like them. It really helped my life. Just take your time on it and align it the best you can. Like right here, a little high, push it down, pocket weld. Right here, bevel, pocket weld. Basically what I figured out is learn as you go and fix as you go. Fix as you learn. Fix and learn. Anyway, it may not be the prettiest thing, but it's going on my truck. And my truck ain't got to be the prettiest thing. Because the prettiest thing in my truck is going to be me. So we're going to carry on. We're going to flip this bad boy over. And start working on the outer panel. Square thing. I think that's too many square thing. I ain't gonna line no panels with them. I know that. But yeah. Y'all come on over here and take a look here. And welcome back to day 2. Welcome back like a good lift or something. We're back on day 2 of working on this door. We finally got the bottom portion of this thing fitted as well as we're gonna do it. A couple of gaps here and there. I'm scared of no gap. I don't believe. What did we learn? I forgot, honestly, from the other day when I was working on this thing, I forgot what lessons we learned from last time. I know alignment, inspection, stuff we learned on. I learned these things ain't working. Poopy. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. And I can see why other folks don't like them. It really helped my life. Just take your time on it and align it the best you can. Like right here, a little high, push it down, pocket weld. Right here, bevel, pocket weld. basically what I figured out is learn as you go and fix as you go. Fix as you learn. Fix and learn. Anyway, it may not be the prettiest thing, but it's going on my truck. And my truck ain't got to be the prettiest thing. Because the prettiest thing in my truck is going to be me. Y'all see my alignment right through here, of course. We get right in here. Got a slight gap right in there. Down here it looks pretty decent. Got a slight gap right in here. That's too high up. We'll knock that down a little bit. But I ain't scared of no gap. A little gap right there. We'll jump it. We'll jump it. I ain't too much worried about that. So once I got a bead right here, we'll just tap, tap, tap all down the side of it, and with that little jumper, it'll give us, should give me enough to jump to the next part of it. We'll see. Anyway, I'm rambling on like I know what the hell I'm talking about, and I don't. But I just don't mind this. This is where I was grinding down a little bit, try out my grinding. I'm looking for different ways to grind this stuff down to where it's a little less time consuming, which sheet metal is supposed to be a little time consuming. I just don't like it to be that much time consuming. Tried the flat disc and all that. I just want to get a good smooth surface and knock down the heavier spots through him. So let's turn this joker over. I can't keep up with my muckers. Ready to hear about 12 inches. It ain't quite perfectly 12 inches, but y'all watching me ain't telling me to use my darn safety glasses. Come on, dude. Y'all supposed to be with me on this. Safety for all. Put no safety spectacles on. Safety for all, folks. Safety for all. Took the back of my hand. I'll get that one. Now, I'm all about this fitness journey. We're close. We're close to. Bam it, baby. Bam it. Just bam it. Bam it. I went through that thing this fast. Darn, dang. Trying not to use foul language. My younger audience may be out there. First, may I add, let's unfog some glasses. Then we'll get y'all bird's eye view down here to action. Bam. Y'all see that? You see that right there? Yep. Bird's eye view. holding right here. Yep. The save is metal, it's thick. We use that to fix the floorboard. That's right. That's right, that's it. Now, first thing we're going to do is test the fitment of this onto this. Then there's some prep work we've got to do to the inside of this thing. Let's check the fitment here. The inner panel, let me bring the inner panel in a little bit. Big problem. Side. Now you remember we got some couple holes right here we need to spot weld in. I don't know why I'm holding you like that. Got a couple holes there. Got a hole there. What? Now what I want to do is drill out the center of these, so I won't forget about them. Just go wherever you think is the center. Usually is. Let's go with it. There we go. Just go with it, boys. Just go with it. I got some penetration. Got some penetration. Got some penetration. That thing ain't going nowhere, boys. Do it like that. That way anybody ever tries to do this again, they'll have a horrible time getting it apart. Dude, you got this chair right my way. I've been walking after midnight and sweating all the way. I don't want it to look half-assed or anything. All right, here we are. After that short intermission, after that short intermission, put it right here. Throw it up now. Ow. Well, with the alignment of this thing, use no golf term, we're just gonna grip it and rip it. Every time I move it. Don't think for a second that old Steve is under illusion that Mr. Chip Foose is gonna see this and call me and tell me, ask me to come work on his body work at his shop. No, I don't think that. I'm not under any kind of, where is my blower? Where has my blower gone? I am not under that illusion. I wouldn't expect my local body shop to call me and ask me somewhere. Why is my air compressor not on?
Put in there and hit your board. We ain't trying to send it home to be with Jesus. We're just trying to Flatten her out. We're completely out of acetone, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this brake clean. Just clean this thing. Oh shit! Make sure your nozzle is pointed where you want it to point. We're gonna spray this thing down with brake clean. I'm sure it'll stick. Huh? It basically dries instantly.
It dries?
Yeah, it's drying out. Now I know this doesn't look perfect, but once you do the finishing touches to this stuff, it's gonna be a jam up door.
Daddy.
When I say jam up, I mean it's probably gonna jam.
I think Daddy. Blue.
We're gonna flip it over in a second.
Okay, then I'm gonna spray paint that side. I'm gonna spray paint both sides because I want.
Now, do the sheet metal repairs look perfect? No. But even the best don't look perfect. That's why they use filler and all that other crap to smooth them out. Sealer, all that stuff. So while you can see imperfections in the welds and in certain areas, holes in certain areas, all that's going to be covered up. Whether you use high build primer or anything else, it's going to cover it up. This is just the first step to removing rust off this thing, and I think we did a pretty good job. This is a rust-free door now. This is a door I would trust to last probably another 30 years before it ever has to go again. Now, anytime you're having to bond new metal to old metal, it's going to be a rough ride, and we found that out pretty well. But here we are. There we go.
And I want to spray paint that side and that side because I want to change it blue. About do it for us today.
on this episode. Whew, it has been a hot one to say the least. I can't say nothing because it probably burns more calories than anything else I do. But I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. We fixed some doors. Y'all didn't enjoy the sheet metal, I'm sorry, because we got a whole nother episode to do. We've got rocker panels and some other stuff, so yeah. But I think the biggest takeaway from anything on is that I did is anybody can do it. If you put your mind towards doing it, you can do it. And you don't have to have the best of the best to do everything. I definitely don't. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, comment. I know I ain't the most pleasurable thing to look at all the time, but I hope sometimes I give y'all some good info and a little bit of entertainment. I don't know. Who's to say? But anyway, till I see you again on the next episode, I'm still waiting for that. Still looking for that end of the line. Anyway, I'll think about it. We'll see you next time.